I was in Bangkok recently, among other places. And in Bangkok, I have a very close friend who owns an Indian restaurant, and what I've been patronizing for over 30 years. And so every time I'm there, we sit down and talk. And he's married, but he's naughty. But anyways, we were talking about the women and the foreigners that come there and get suckered into relationships with the Thai women, local women, thinking with their little head. And he told me about a story. Many of you who are familiar with, Thailand might be familiar with this story, but honestly, it's the first time I had heard it. It was a story about two Russians. I think it was just after, the time where U.S. soldiers were there and everything. Two Russians who go with a cargo ship for the first time to near, what is Pattaya, and one night, the night before they were to empty the loads from the ship, they lock everything off and they go to the bars, and the captain of the cargo ship, and his mate, they meet one girl. Long story short, he really falls for her, and they start going out the next day and everything, and he just abandons his duties, about, and just throws caution to the wind and says, the hell with it. What can they do to me? I've got the ship. I'm here. I've got the loads and everything. What are they gonna do to me? I'm far away from their arms. They can't reach me. So he goes with this girl, and the girl convinces him to, rent an apartment for her, and so he can be exclusive with him and everything. Yeah, we've heard that story before. And long story short, his money runs out, and he decides to sell the cargo slowly that was on the ship. There was various items in there, sewing machines, this and that. He slowly sells the cargo, and a month passes and everything. All the cargo is gone, and still his money runs out. Then he starts selling the parts of the ship. He starts selling the motor and the pumps and everything, furniture on the ship, whatever it was, because it was a cargo ship. It was very little furniture, only in the captain's quarters. And he sells that, and after a while, he starts to sell the carcass of the ship itself. And he was telling me, the owner of the restaurant who was telling me this story, I'm making it very short for the sake of this video. He was telling me that about a year, 9 months or 10 months had passed, and he was completely broke, and with nothing left, no ship, no job, and no money. And the girl said, well, you have, you don't have money. I like you and everything, but hey, a girl's gotta live. So she leaves him. And he realizes, he sits with his mate, and he realizes how he's been taken, and by his own doing. Listen, most of these horror stories, these crash and burn stories, are really the fault of the men. No one puts a gun to your head. You do it yourself. And anyways, money is gone, ship is gone, job is gone, the girl is gone, and they're sitting together and say, what happened? How could we be fooled by that? There are so many women here. Why did we limit ourselves to one and let her run rings around us in such a short time? So the finale of the story is he goes to the same bar or whatever where he met the girl and everything. He says, this is, I don't know if it's meant to make the whole thing a funny thing or what, but he says, to the girl, okay, I know it's over and everything, and that's fine, but just let me take one more look at your, private parts. Let me see how can a ship and its cargo and all the engine parts and my job and my life and everything fit in there, because this is where it all went. This is the story of the Russian captain in Thailand, in Pattaya, Thailand. So let it be a lesson, because I don't know if you're new to my channel or if you've heard me before, but in my line of work, in my line of life, as a course of what I do and how I live my life, I have some very, very, very well-to-do friends, and some middle income friends, and some very poor friends. I've said before, who sleep in their car. And the stories are the same. It's just the amount of money that's different. When you place yourself, in the hands of others, when you don't make decisions wisely, when you, throw the dice and hope that it lands on 7 and everything, and don't have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D, then you'll end up like this Russian captain. You have to look between her legs to see where all your money went. All the best.